Why, hello everyone. It's welcome to speak to you all again. I'm just checking in today for a bit of a quick one because it's customary for all these kind of projects because this was an official project to do a making of sorts. Now, it's kind of weird to do a making of for something like The Lodge because it's so in depth on me and so personal and so one man band of a project that really it's the way it's shot and actually put forward is more like a BTS. So, like Poems of Power and Passion. Um, that I did the same way I did that back in November. I'm just giving sort of a making of, sort of a check in, more like this kind of weigh in on my experience of making it because it's been a while now. And truth be told, I'm sending this out on the day of which it's been recorded, so I'm recording this today to put out to let you guys know kind of what my experience was with that because today will mark the end of its run in the limelight anyway. And it's time for the focus to move away from this project. It was very much an experiment which I don't think I'm going to replicate in the same way again, which was to solely release a project on the Matthew May channel, a mainline project at that, because it was treated as such. A very key part and a personal chronology to me. People have been kind of following my journey with YouTube and as a person, really. Growing into young adulthood, it was a very important and quite poignant piece that I went away to just the middle of nowhere for 4 days and figured it out and made it. Um, and it felt really quite poignant, as I said there, driving away with the sun shining down on me, the Lake Windermere, driving home, the 2 hour drive home, it was it really shook me. Yeah, and I really felt like I'd done something quite special. And I don't think I'll ever do a project like that again. It really it was made in a vacuum and in a very, very dramatic season that's been prolonged time and time again, constantly, to the point where I now feel at the time recording we are finally starting to near the end of what has been an incredible year of amateur slash semi professional production. Um, and we're finally reaching the end of it. This was very much made in a vacuum, kind of a void of time, where I kind of went away from it all in 4 days of shooting on the record for this production season, which has now become more like a production 12 months. Is really, yeah, it kind of stands out in a special way. So I really just kind of wanted to convey a special and personal endeavor to me, kind of a reflection on how my life has gone in the last few years and just me as a person. And I thought that obviously had to very much serve that channel specifically, and it had to really go out on there. And I overall just thoroughly enjoyed the experience of making it, editing it, the whole thing. And especially the ending. I really the ending I think has got a real special place in my heart, and it'll be a memory that I look back on very fondly for the next few years of content, I'd say. Um, the last thing I would say on this project is it's not the first time that I've done something that's been very solo focused around just my output individually. So technically, the last few days, which in honor of not putting people's face on YouTube without consent, it was the social media cut was very much made with that kind of intent of it going out there. Where again, it was quite early network days when it went out in 23, and it was only 2 years after it was made, and it was kind of spread around socially anyway, so that social media was acceptable, and I sort of retrospectively made the last few days canon to network underneath my Matthew May Instagram account. So that's why that account will always be active, because there is actually the only place you can watch one of my projects, and in a very weird aspect ratio is on there, but else you'd never be able to see it, and with the copyrighted music that it includes. So I thought that was made technically under the Matthew May scaffold. Why not this? This might be the last time I ever do it this way, but it really kind of has been, yeah, like I say, made in a vacuum and an experiment which probably won't be replicated. So for that reason, I find it quite special. So if you want to go check out The Lodge, sort of a kind of a poignant last time away to my holiday home I've had since I was a kid. It's sort of a tranquil little special away in the Lake District. You can go check that out now on the Matthew May channel, or if you're seeing this on the main channel, go and go check my channel out. Right, guys, I'll see you next time. Goodbye.